Hello students, this is my second class on the chapter AP. In previous class, we learned how to find any terms of an AP. Here, we have to see how to find out sum of n terms of an AP. For this, we have to see two formula. One, S equals to n by 2 into A plus L. Another formula, n by 2 into 2A plus n minus 1 into D. These two formula is used to find out sum of n terms of an AP. Now, see student how the formula has come. Let for the given AP, first term A, common difference D, and number of terms n, and the last term L. Now, what will be the sum of terms? S, this S denoted the sum of terms of the AP. S equals to A, that is first term, plus A plus D, second term, plus A plus 2D, third term, and so on. And L will be the last term. And before last term, it will be L minus D. Second previous, L minus 2D. On writing the terms of the above AP in reverse order, that means we have to write this expression in the reverse order. So we have to start from L and end with A. So you see S equals to, I've here started with L and end with A. Now these two equation 1 and 2, these two equation we have to add. That means S plus S, 2S, and the right side, if we add, then we will get this expression. After the calculation, this expression will get n into A plus L. That means 2S equals to n into A plus L. So what will be the S value? N by 2 into A plus L. This is one formula for finding sum of n terms of an AP. And also we know that any terms of an AP can be written in the form A plus n minus 1 into D. So here the last term is L, that means AN. It can be written as A n. So L equals to A plus n minus 1 into D. So we can put the value this L here. So you can get A plus n minus 1 into D. So it will come in this form, n by 2 into 2A plus n minus 1 into D. So this is the formula for finding sum of n terms of an AP. So these two formula will be applicable for finding the sum of n terms of an AP. But remember, when the formula will be applicable, which formula will be applicable? This formula, first formula is applicable when first term and the last term is given and number of terms is given. And this formula applicable when first term has given, common difference has given, and total number of terms has given. So you remember these two formula for finding the sum of n terms of an AP. Now students, we have to see some properties of 3 or more terms of an AP. Property 1, you see, when the sum of 3 consecutive terms of an AP is given, we take the terms as A minus D, A plus D. Properties 2, when the sum of 4 consecutive terms of an AP is given, we take the terms as a minus 3d, a minus d, a plus d, a plus 3d. Properties 3, for consecutive 5 terms in AP, we take terms as a minus 2d, a minus d, a plus d, and a plus 2d. Properties 4, for consecutive 6 terms in AP, we take terms as a minus 5d, a minus 3d, a minus d, a plus d, a plus 3d, a plus 5d. So this is a special properties of 3 or more terms of an AP. So you have to remember these properties when we have to solve the problems. Now another property, arithmetic mean of AP. If 3 numbers a, small a, capital A and small b are in arithmetic progression, that means AP, then A is called arithmetic mean, which is denoted by AM between A and B. Since A, capital A and B are in AP, then we can write capital A minus small a equals to small b minus capital A. After solving this equation, we will get capital A equals to A plus B by 2. Let us take one example. If we have two numbers 2 and 6, then what will be the arithmetic mean? Arithmetic mean will be AM equals to 2 plus 6 divided by 2, that means 4. So this is the rule. If any two numbers has given, then if we find the arithmetic mean of that two number, then we have to add that two number and divide by 2. The number will be the arithmetic mean. Now students, we have to see few problems. Problem 1. Find the sum of all multiples of 7 lying between 300 and 700. So we have to find out the first and last multiple of 7 in between 300 and 700. So for getting first multiple of 7, we have to divide 300 by 7. After dividing 300 by 7, we will get 6 is the remainder and 42 is the quotient. So we have to multiply 7 with the next number of the quotient, that is 43. So we will get 301. This is the first number which is multiple of 7 in between 300 and 700. Now obviously we have to find out the last multiple of 7 between 300 and 700. Here you see 700 is multiple of 7. So the last multiple of 7 in between 300 and 700 will be 700 minus 7, that is 693. And what will be the common difference? Obviously common difference will be 7. Now student, in previous class we have learned one formula to find out any term of an AP series. So here we have to apply this formula. Why this formula? Because we have to know how many terms in this limit is there, which is multiple of 7. So we have to take n as a number of terms which are divisible by or multiple of 7. So here an is 693, a is 301 plus n minus 1 into d is 7. So after solving this equation, we will get n equals to 57. That means in between 300 and 700, total 57 terms are multiple of 7. So now after getting n value, we have to find out the sum of 57 terms. So we have two formula. So I have shown here this formula, n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Here n is 57 into 2 into 301 plus n minus 1, that means 57 minus 1 into d means 7. So after solving this, we will get 28329. This is the sum of all multiple of 7. Here student, we can apply another formula also, because we have the n value, we have the last term, and we have the first term. So we can use this formula also, n by 2 into a plus l. So we can put the value n, a and l in this formula, we will get the same answer. So students, you see carefully when which formula will be applicable. Now problem 2. The angles of a quadrilateral are in AP with common difference 20 degree. Find its angle. So here we know that in quadrilateral 4 angles are there. So we have one formula. If any 4 terms are in AP, so we can take the terms as in this form. So we have taken 4 angles as a minus 3d, a minus d, a plus d and a plus 3d. Here the common difference is 2d. So as per question, we can get 2d equals to 20. So obviously d is 10. So you can put the value d in these angles. So we'll get a minus 30, a minus 10, a plus 10 and a plus 30. Now student, we know the sum of angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. So easily we can make an equation. That means sum of 4 angles is equal to 360. So after solving this equation, we will get a value is 90. So now we have to put the value of a in these expressions. So you will get the 4 angles. The 4 angles will be 60 degree, 80 degree, 100 degree and 110 degree. So student, you see carefully this class, and I have given few homework. So you have to take that homework from our school website and solve at your home. Thank you.